Okay, today we're going to talk about the updating your drivers on the Lenovo. It's very important because of the recent video driver release. So let's take a look at a couple things. So first, Lenovo stores your current drivers, the one that ship with your system, on a separate partition, your D drive partition, which in a video coming up here very soon, we're going to show you how to get rid of that. But there's the driver directory. Now there's an application directory that has only one program in it that I don't use right now. So let's go back to the driver directory and open that up. Now this is great, except for the fact that you don't know what version these are. You have no idea. So if I go look at VGA, there's nothing in here that tells me without delving into it what it is. So we're going to go out to the website and download the versions out there. And we're going to show you how to save them so that you know which version you are. So the next time you check, you'll know what you have. So here we are at the Lenovo site, and you have to go through a selection process to get to your driver. So you hit the select product, and you go through step by step to select the different types of systems they have. And you go find your tablets, and then of course the Yoga series, and then in this particular case we're talking about the 13. And you scroll down, make sure you select Windows 8 64-bit because the Yoga 13 is a 64-bit install. And there you are, there it is. So make sure you have that, then you click on the submit and you go over there to the site. So now we're going to go through all these. All right, we're going to go through some of these. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the audio and open it up. And you see this little link right here. You can see the actual file details of the version, the date, and all that. And you see if I've already check marked it. So you should go through these and check mark the ones you want to download. Now I'm doing them all because I want to store them permanently on somewhere else besides the Lenovo. So I keep them on a different system on a hard drive to do that. You can keep on a stick for that matter. But you can go off and once you have this whole list made and everything, you can click on select all on your download list and you go down to the bottom and you can click on download. Now Lenovo site uses a download manager, which a lot of sites do. Microsoft uses it to download a bunch of large files and everything so they don't get overloaded with a bunch of requests. You can click on these individually, but you can go and install the download manager. Now this BIOS download, you can go see details about every one of these by clicking on details. And here we see the BIOS details. If you go down to the middle of the page somewhere here, and we'll see that it says what it is. It says it's a upgrade to do a AT instruction set. I may or may not install that. BIOS upgrades are typically for new processors that work with that particular system. Uh, in this case, it's a laptop which doesn't have a processor upgrade ever. So it's your decision on what you want to do with these. But most of the time, I'm pretty confident on moving those or updating all the updates. But you have to remember, BIOSes are a little tricky, so make sure you know what you're doing with the BIOS update. So next, we're going to go take a look at, after we do all this update here, we're going to go down and go ahead and install the download manager. Again, the download manager, if you click at the bottom down here, it's going to download selected. If we scroll up the screen, you're going to see this warning and all this stuff. And this is a pretty standard, like I said, download manager. I'm going to go ahead and install it. You'll see at the bottom, it's asking me to run it. I'm going to go ahead and run it. Windows Firewall is going to prompt me. I'm cutting that out of the video. But you can go ahead and install the download manager. And so it will download files one by one. So I'm also going to, once this is already installed and everything, I'm going to cut to the end of the download. Oh, I'm sorry. First of all, it'll ask you where you want to put it. So you put it wherever you will keep your download folder. You should have a standard download folder that you keep for everything, all your downloads and everything. That way, you know where you want to store things. When you go looking for it, you'll have them all in a nice little directory. I'm going to create one here called Lenovo. And so I know that my downloads for the Lenovo are here. So that's the standard process that I do for all downloads. No matter if it's games, driver updates, utilities, whatever, I keep them all in one location. So here we are at the end of the download, and you'll see that most of the files are already downloaded, and we're just waiting for the download. So as the progress bar goes here, some have download managers or separate windows. This is already built into the page. Does all that, so I really like all that. So anyways, and then I'm going to take these files, I'm going to move them to the Lenovo. The only thing I don't like about these, when you download them, they have these cryptic file names. And I'm going to go ahead and rename them to the exact version number you see up there. And the name, it's going to say video driver version blah, 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 blah. And we'll see that here shortly when we take a look at our Lenovo after I've moved everything over. because you'll look here and you'll see this list is a very handy reference list. If you have your file manager open and you look into this list, you'll be able to see exactly what version you downloaded and everything. And it's really good because next time you'll be able to look here and right there it tells you, you'll be able to tell what's on your system and what's here and if you need to download it or not. So here we've gone to my system, but I've already renamed all their files to exactly the file name that we saw in the list. And it has the name of the driver and it also has the version number. So next time you go there, you don't have to look it up. You don't have to do anything. You can just peruse your list here and take care of doing your upgrade. So how do you know which one of these is all loaded on your system the last time you went there and did it? How do you know what's already been installed? Well, you go up here to My Computer and you can right click on it and you can do this through this desktop interface and say Manage. So we click on there and your system information will come up and you'll see right here Device Manager and there's all your devices that you have on your system. So we're going to choose the display adapter. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. It is Intel. We right click on that or double click on that and we see the driver page and there's your version number right there, 9.17.10.2843. There's the video driver. So we know that the video driver installed is the same one that we're listing here. So if we take a look right here, we can compare the two and say, oh, look, that's what I've got. Now what I do sometimes is I created a installed directory. I move the ones that are already installed also from this to the installed folder so I know exactly what's been done and what's not. Now I'm not going to go through any of these installs, but I am going to go through a little bit later the hotfix that I downloaded for the reclaiming some space on the hard drive, and that'll be one of our next videos in the next day or so. And it gets you a little bit of hard drive space back, depending upon what version of the Lenovo you bought and when you bought it and everything. So we'll take a look at that next.